more. It'll be 5 after. We'll give it about a minute more and we'll get started. And there's supposed to be about 10 people. I think a couple people had said that they're not going to make it, but we'll give it a couple more minutes. And Karen's always going to record. Well, we'll be together next month, but Karen's always going to record it. So you would be able to use your kit to watch the recorded class.
Okay, Deb Havert said she's going to be a little bit late, but she'll be here.
Okay. So you have in your kit the beading wire, 2 lobster claws, and I put 4 of the crimping beads, those little tiny beads that were on the beading wire. Also, an option is if you wanted to make use it for your glasses, you could attach this as well. And then you have assorted beads, and hopefully you have some either crimping pliers or needle nose pliers, because we're going to use that to close the crimp bead. And then some offset, or these are pliers that allow you to cut really close to your work so that you can hide the wire. So we still only have 3, Karen, but I'm going to go ahead and get started. Is that all right? You can hear me, Karen. I still only have 3. You want me to just go ahead and get started? Okay. So basically, you're going to pick up your beading wire, and we're going to add one of our lobster claws onto the beading wire. Then on the other end, you're going to add one of those tiny crimp beads and bring it all the way down towards your lobster claw. And we're going to capture the other end of that. So you've got it folded over through the lobster claw. You're going to put the other end through the lobster claw going, or through the crimp bead going in the other direction. So you have something that looks like this. You want to bring it close to the lobster claw. And if I start going too fast, just somebody holler and stop me and I'll slow down. So once you get to this point, just give me a got it.
I've got a question. The lobster claw does not have a jump ring on it. Is it supposed to?
Nope. Don't need it.
Because I noticed the eyeglass one does.
Yep, you don't need it for this because we're going to secure it with this crimp bead. So, and sometimes if you use a jump ring, they can come apart and you can lose stuff. So if I don't have to use a jump ring, I don't usually.
Okay.
But you could. So if you were using a jump ring, you could just, instead of putting this lobster claw on, you would put the claw onto the jump ring and then attach the jump ring to this loop that we just made.
Right.
So once you get to this point, you're going to take either your needle nose plier or your crimp pliers, and you're just going to crush that crimp bead with your pliers. So smash it, and that's going to lock it. And I do it both ways. So I'm going to do it this way, and then I'm going to turn it, and you'll see that it's flat now. I don't know if you can see that, and then I'm just going to turn it sideways, and I'm going to flatten it the other way to make sure that it's really smushed. And that locks it so that it doesn't come apart. Everybody got it?
How much of a tail of the wire did you leave?
I left about 2.5 inches.
I don't know what I had the wrong packet out and now I got the right packet and I don't know where you're at. So
Okay.
maybe I'll just listen because I'm lost at this point.
Well, let me unloose you. It's not hard. So just take I'll just do it on the other end. I'm not going to finish it, but so you're going to put your lobster claw on your beading wire.
I don't know what the lobster claw is. Is this a silver one that opens up?
Yep. This one.
Okay.
So you're going to put it through the little hole at the bottom of that.
Okay.
And then you're going to go to and I can't do this part with you, but you're going to go to the other end of your wire and you're going to add one of those little tiny crimp beads that was on the wire to the other end and bring it all the way down to the lobster claw. And you're also going to slide it. So once you get it down towards the lobster claw, you're going to take that little crimp bead and you're going to go on, you're going to have your wire folded over and you're going to capture that wire with the crimp bead so that you make a loop. And once you've got that loop, you bring the crimp bead all the way down so that it comes about that close. So you've captured the main wire and you've captured your tail. And then you're going to take your pliers and you're going to grab that little crimp bead and you're going to squish it. Too many squishes. No. Flatten it too much. And then you're simply gonna, any questions? Everybody caught up with me?
Yep.
Was that a yep or a nope?
Yep.
You're simply gonna add your beads till it gets to the length that you want it. And then I'll show you how to add your other lobster claw. So when you first start adding your beads, you want to make sure that you're going over both your lead wire and that tail wire that we bent over. So you're gonna slide your bead over both of those because we want that to be hidden. And we won't have to cut this end. Clever. Karen said that's clever. And you can do a pattern. I generally just, well, I made this one so I could have one to show you. And I just kind of put the beads on and just a random, I just threw them in a pile on my beading mat and just put them on, just grabbed them. But you could also do a pattern. So see how I'm going over. Go ahead.
On this, the wire came out, the crimp beads, was 3 of them, and the other pieces, the loops and the other end are on here, so you have to take them off, obviously, right?
No, I don't understand the question. Say it again.
In the
No.
packet, the crimp beads, there are 4 crimp beads, and then there's 2 black holders, and the other lobster claw, they're
Yep.
all on the wire. Those all have to be taken off,
Oh,
obviously.
yes. Yep. Sorry. Yeah. They just put them on your, whatever your work surface is. So all we have on our wire right now is our lobster claw and our crimp bead.
Okay.
And then we'll put the other lobster claw. And I just put the glasses thing in there just in case you wanted to do it. That has a split ring in it. So you could actually add that. You could put it on the lobster claw. So you could just grab it with the lobster claw if you're going to use it for glasses. That way you could use it for both things instead of attaching it. So I would say, you know, if you want to use it for glasses, you can just open it up and put it on your lobster claw.
Oh, good
And
idea.
we'll put the other lobster claw on the other end after we get our beads strung.
I actually strung on my beads last night because I had to do a pattern and it took me a long, long time,
Good for you.
but I didn't put my ends on.
Okay. Well, that's, yeah, patterns do take a long time and then you'll get through it and you'll be like, oh, I made a mistake. I have to take them all off again and start over.
Yeah, I had to do that a few times. It's easier to do it randomly, but I'm not that type of person. I have to have a pattern.
It's all good. Takes all kinds, right?
Yep.
Sometimes I do patterns and sometimes I just go random. So yeah, these are nice. You can make them for gifts for people. But hopefully we won't be wearing these stupid masks for very much longer. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still wearing mine everywhere, but. Yes. I don't know, maybe forever we'll be wearing them during the winter time. I don't know. My friend bought me these really cool N95s. It's like tie-dye. A lady said I look like I was blowing bubbles with bubble gum. She's like, oh, I thought that was bubble gum. Nope, it's my mask.
Can you tell me what gauge wire you used and how long you cut it?
So I did about 2 feet, and this is actually, let me go get the package so I can show you. I'll be right back. So this, it's nylon beading cord.
Okay,
So, and there's different, I mean, there's different gauges of it. I just chose the one that fit through the holes in the beads that I have, but this is pretty much what I use most of the time because I use these seed beads a lot. So this one you could actually get, I think, at Michael's or Joann's.
24 karat gold.
And I used about 2 feet. I think I cut them about 2 feet long.
Wait, what's it say in yellow?
24 karat gold plated beading string wire. And it says good, better, it has best flexibility is what's in the other yellow.
Okay. Because you called it nylon, but it's actually wire.
I did.
Yeah, you said nylon beading cord. I wrote it down when you said it. It's not nylon beading cord then, right? It's a gold plated.
Right, it's wire.
Okay.
But it's nylon coated. There's all, and you don't, I mean, you don't, that's just what we had. You don't necessarily need to get the nylon coated. You could just get, they just have regular beading wire.
Oh, okay.
But that's just what we happen to have here to be able to use.
Okay. I'll be right back. I gotta let my dog out.
Okay,
Come on, let's go potty.
everybody else doing all right?
Doing good here.
Good,
Thank you.
sure. Like I said, it'll be fun to be all together next time, so we can.
Yeah.
Anybody got any vacation plans or anything fun coming up?
Nope.
Me neither. Pittsburgh. Woo. Pittsburgh's nice though. I was there a few weeks ago, actually. in the middle of- Oh,
We can
fun.
all borrow your boat.
You could borrow my boat. We could take it to Pittsburgh. I don't know if we can get there from here though. Probably, because we can get out into the St. Lawrence. So
Oh,
we
cool.
haven't done that yet, but there is a lot of water in Pittsburgh for sure. It's a very pretty city.
Yeah, it is.
Leave Saturday morning, go to the hockey game. Stay Saturday night, drive home Sunday.
The last time I went, I just stayed overnight too. It's such an easy drive too. I mean, it's like you go to Buffalo and turn left.
Well, as long as it's not snowing, it's an easy drive.
Yeah, sideways.
So that's like a big lot. All right, Deb's trying to connect to the audio. She's having some trouble. Deb, if you can hear us, we recorded the class, so I will be happy to send you the link when we're all done.
I can get her started too. It's hard. It's like 80s colors, pink and gray. I'm an 80s girl. It was a fun time, the 80s. What I remember of it. So no vacations. I'm certain everyone's ready for winter to be over here in lovely Rochester, New York, but we got a ways to go, I think. I always think it should be over in March, but it never quite is.
Yeah. Did a few teaser days.
Yeah. So that it gets all muddy, so the dogs are a mess.
future project ideas? Do you get any?
Not yet. I told them that I'm happy to entertain that and that it'll be fun when we're together because we can do things that are a little bit more challenging. So I have a thought I should have brought a sample of what I'm thinking about for next month. Oh, well, I guess it'll be a surprise unless somebody has an idea and you can share it now or you can share it with Karen whenever. But I have a thought for what I want to try to do next month. And it's a bracelet. It's like a flying saucer. That's spinning wheel of death. So what kind of other things you guys like to do? Anybody like knit or crochet or anything like that?
I can crochet, but I don't do it much anymore.
No, I can't crochet. I can knit, but only in straight lines.
Yeah,
No socks or anything. I make scarves. That's it.
yeah. I just do
Increase-
flat things.
Increasing and decreasing doesn't go well for me.
We got some painters, we have some card makers on here.
Nice. Oh, it's like stamping. I've never gotten. I did for a little while.
How long have you been doing the jewelry?
Oh gosh, a long time. Probably like 15 years, maybe. I was a volunteer for the Y. I actually worked there too, but I did work with our resident camps or overnight camps, and we do women's camping weekends. And so because I was the crafty one, I always got well, you come up with the jewelry project. And so I got involved back when I started doing that and actually became friends with the woman who owns Bead Breakout, where I'm actually working now. So
Oh.
yeah, it sucks you in and lots of fun. If you're interested, Karen can also tell you more about the women's camping weekends because we have a really good time.
I never went.
No.
No?
We do we're only doing fall ones this year because they don't want to take a chance that they'll have to cancel if COVID goes crazy again. One of them is at our Camp Corey on Cuca Lake, and then the other one is at our Camp Forum in the Adirondacks. We do all sorts of fun things, and the jewelry thing is my thing. Maybe you'll have to
Hoping
come
to
this
have a
year.
similar, because we're finally old enough, I can. I'm hoping that in the fall, we might even have a women's retreat day here. Fingers crossed.
Cool. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff are you thinking, like yoga and
Yeah,
kind of
some
stuff?
traditional stuff like jewelry, art, yoga. Somebody who do like what they call I can't think of the drawings.
Zentangle?
Mandela? What is that?
Zentangle?
Mandela, like where you draw it, and you will color it like it's a whole like workshop.
Mhm.
So, a couple of different things.
Fun. You'd have like someone do like, we have Michelle Bartel do like cooking demonstrations. Cool. It's always fun to get a bunch of ladies together. Mostly.
For those who are listening, I believe we will have a new art instructor, hopefully starting by the end of next month. So keep your fingers crossed.
And so what kind of stuff do they do? Like painting and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, more studio art kind of things. But with the option to do some more creative crafts too.
Nice. You made an offer to somebody?
Hmm?
You made an offer to somebody? Cool. Everybody doing all right? We're just kind of chatting.
I got a question about when you first put the lobster claw on the end, and then you said leave about 2.5 inches. Is that how much you're gonna feed through the other beads to hide it, or you're gonna cut it down?
I just feed it through. You can do either one. You want to make sure you leave at least an inch. So it's really kind of up to you. You just want to make sure where you cut it is hidden. You know what I mean? So it's not sticking out at all.
Yeah,
But there's not a hard, fast rule.
okay.
There really is no rules. It's kind of why I like doing this. There's no rules. Worst case scenario, you have to take it apart and start over again.
Yeah, but we don't have another piece of wire.
This would be true. And I would say, you know, once you get some on, like, because I made it too long because I wanted to make sure that you could make it work for you. So like, you know, maybe you want to try it on and see how long you want it to be. And I think somebody said too, like a good idea is you could actually just put the two lobster claws together and make a necklace as well.
Yeah,
So kind of think about, you know, how long you want it to be as you're getting closer to the end.
right. So it really serves three purposes: a necklace, a mask holder, and an eyeglass holder.
See,
Yeah,
multi-purpose, multitasking. Yeah, I was like, oh, look, I found these little things too. And I just thought it was a cute idea. So, because you could use it for sunglasses in the summer or whatever.
yeah.
Because I can't see without my glasses. So I wouldn't be using this for a glasses holder because I'd be running into stuff. So as you're getting close to getting long enough, let me know and I can show you how we're going to finish it. There's a weird noise in the vent. Sounded like-
Makes strange noises when the heat kicks on and off.
It sounded like there was a little
I
critter. up
didn't
there.
remember to turn the heat on this time.
Well, he'd be fine.
Bad bead.
Bad bead, no hole. Yeah, and I'll be excited for you guys to be able to pick out your own beads and colors and stuff because I did the best I could, but.
You did a
was-
great job because
Oh, thank
I
you.
love the things that you picked out.
Awesome, thank you, I'm glad.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll just have we'll have a lot of choices and you guys will just be able to choose whatever you want. But I was glad we kind of thought to ask you like color families so you could at
yeah.
least get something that you liked.
Now, some of the crimp beads that they sell are like
Yeah.
rectangular shaped rather than ball shaped, right?
Yeah, there's all different kinds. There's ones that are called crimp covers too. They look like almost like a bead, but I didn't think we needed them for this because you're not really going to be able to see them. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's bigger ones, there's smaller ones, there's ones that you can actually like put a little dab of glue in them. So there's all different options. Yeah, there's lots of different, but these are the easiest to use. So that's why I chose them. And we had them. So there you go.
Yeah, the little balls don't seem to show, because they're smaller.
Yep.
As much as and they fit inside of a bead better than the rectangular
Yep.
kind.
I did good.
Yes, you did.
I mean, you should be good. If anybody's feeling brave, feel free to show us, your progress.
You don't even have to be brave. There's no judgment zone here.
No, there's no judgment. Better than what I put together so far.
She's just sitting here. She's not doing it.
I'm trying to watch that video. Hard to be the videographer. and the-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing a lot.
It's also the Brenda and Karen show.
There you go. Yeah, kind of. For sure. We could tell jokes and stuff. No?
We could. Yeah, what you should have one, right?
Yeah, I got one.
All right,
Do you know what you give a sick bird? Tweetment. Do you know why the cookie went to the doctor? Because he was feeling crummy.
Close. It's getting close with the crumbs. He doesn't have a limited supply of these jokes, people.
I sort of do.
Joanne, you know how I have to look mine up for every class? She just has them at her fingertips.
Well, sometimes I have to look them up. It's because I teach group exercise at the West Side Y, and I teach the seniors, and I got in the habit of telling them a joke at the end of every class. So now they wait for my joke. So I have to write it down because sometimes I forget after class. But. All right, mine's long enough.
Is it the Y on Elm Grove Road?
It is.
Oh, that's the one I just didn't join this year, but I went all last year and the year before.
Well, come on back. I teach on Thursdays. We have fun. We laugh.
What time?
8:30 to 9:30. There's actually a class for active older adults every day at 8:30. Every day but Tuesday at 8:30. So we do what we call feeling fit on Mondays and Thursdays. It's low impact aerobics, and then they do Zumba Gold on Wednesdays and Fridays. We have fun. We laugh. I make mistakes a lot, and then we laugh because I can't remember stuff. But it's fun.
You can make the exercise fun. It's like not even exercise.
That's right. And if I can make them groan with my joke at the end, it makes my day. Do you know what you call a boomerang that doesn't work? A stick. It's bad, but boom. You can write them down if you want.
I don't know if I can use taking notes.
The dumber, the better.
Actually joined it's like bad jokes on Facebook. So I would have one.
I have a book.
She has a book.
I have a book. Yep.
All right, who wants to turn on their camera and let us know how they're doing? Now let's see your masterpieces. Everybody else hear about that? Jewelry creations.
Nobody. So let me show you how we're going to finish it now. And it's pretty simple. So you're going to put your lobster claw on, once you've got all your beads on, put your lobster claw on your wire. And you're going to feed the wire. We're not going to use all of this. I'm going to do like 2.5 inches again. You're going to feed the wire through your beads. You can do this before, you can do it after you crimp. But I like to do it before because that way I get my crimp as close as I possibly can. And this is a little more challenging than the other end for sure. And sometimes you have an ornery bead whose hole is too small. Doesn't want to go through 2 times. So I'm going to take this one off, and I'm glad it was this one real close. So lobster claw. And as we were talking about before, you could use a jump ring if you wanted to, but you don't really need to. Not really. Well, I hope you're not running in. How come it didn't happen at the other end? So when you're getting towards the end, pay attention and make sure you're using beads with big enough holes so that you'll be able to get your wire back through them. I didn't do that. I was busy telling jokes. Maybe I'll be a stand-up comedian in my second life. Okay, take 3. So I probably am not gonna go 2.5 inches with this because I'm having such a struggle getting them through the hole twice. So I'm gonna go like 5 or 6 beads if I can.
So where do you put that little, whatever you call it, that you crimp? Do you put that on first before the lap?
Who is that?
And
Yeah, I was wondering
Yeah.
why you didn't put that on too.
Well, me too. See, you gotta check me because I was too busy thinking about jokes.
I thought you had a different technique or
Yeah,
something.
Chad.
So you're gonna put your crimp bead on before. Let me think about it for a second. Yeah. No, you're gonna put your lobster claw on. And then you're gonna put your crimp bead on. Wait, no, that's wrong.
So I'm gonna bead against the bead.
Mhm. So crimp bead down to your beads, then your lobster claw. And then you're gonna go through the crimp bead first before you start going down through the beads. Thanks for catching that before everybody did it. I was talking too much and not paying attention to what I was supposed to be doing. And then once you get like this, you can just pull on that wire and bring it down so that you get,
Makes it nice and snug.
and make it snuggles. I wouldn't do the crimp till you get it through a few beads though, because if you have to take it back off, you wouldn't be able to. Once you crimp it, it's crimped for good.
There's no uncrimping.
There's no uncrimping. So like I said, you're gonna go through a few beads. And mine is being pretty ornery about going through a second time. So think about that. If you go by that, maybe you want to get a little bit of a thinner. And if you go to any of the bead stores, they can help you. If you choose beads, they'll be able to say, oh, you need this size to go through the holes that you're looking for. So I don't want you to get stuck doing this. So I'm just going to go through those 3. And now I'm going to do my crimp. So I'm going to pull the beads back so that I don't break that last bead. And I'm going to use my crimping pliers.
It's like flat ones.
They have like a,
Or at the end.
yeah, so that it goes in the groove here. And I'm going to smash it.
You can do it both ways.
Yep, I'm going to do it both ways again. And there you go. It's in there. So now I'm going to take my cutting pliers and I'm going to get right up close. Make sure you don't cut the wrong one because that's really annoying. And I've done it before. Get up close to your work and just snip that wire. And voila. It sort of matches my mask.
It
Oh,
does,
let's try it
actually.
on. I was wearing black masks and one of my friends said, you need a, so she bought me a pack of these tie-dye ones. Johanna.
It's
fun.
you.
Yeah, they are more.
They're more colorful.
Like me, colorful, jokes and colorfulness.
Right, on your mask, your pocket, or the table, or wherever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I should have brought it. I made one that I used some chain on the ends. I'm gonna take this off because you can't hear me good. So you could do lots of different designs. Let's try it as a necklace. Guys doing all right? Very quiet. See, like when we're here together, you're gonna have to talk.
Concentrate.
so is there a minimum number of beads you should go through with that wire or not?
I just did 3 because mine was being ornery. So I would say no less than 3.
Okay.
And if you can go through a couple more, I would. But my 4th bead, it didn't want to go through, so I gave up instead of taking more of them off. So I would say at least 3 or 4 or
Okay.
more if you can. What? Good. Yeah, there's tons of charms and stuff. See if I can find. Let's see if I can find a picture of the one that I'm thinking of doing next time.
All right, Joanne and Kathy, how are yours turning out?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Trying to find a picture of what I was thinking of doing for next time to see what you think. Other and other. Seaweed. No, but I'll send Karen a picture of one that I have at home. And she can send it to you guys to see what you think.
What is it?
It's a leather and seed bead with jump rings. Hang on, let me see. And it's got a button closure. They're real cute. But of course, I can't find it right now. Close the library